And as another friendly reminder, the patrol suggests checking your spare tire as well. Don't forget that. It would stink to get your spare out and have it flat.
I love you, Mr. Goodwrench.
I try.
Up next in sports, Braves highlights from the Ted and Cooperstown. The Lookouts bullpen unravels in Huntsville tonight. And guess who has a New York state of mind this evening? Why, it's Chattanooga FC. I'll tell you why on the backside of the break if you stick around. Hey, let's begin tonight with Chattanooga FC soccer, who now know who they'll play in the NPSL finals. The New York Red Bulls under-23 team, better known as the Baby Bulls. They beat Lansing United of Michigan tonight, 2-0 the final. FC, of course, coming off last night's 4-1 win over Sacramento to punch their ticket. We spoke to a trio of FC players this afternoon when they didn't know which team they'd face. I asked FC striker Luke Winter about playing a team you know little about.
Yeah, it's different, you know. You look at where they are, you know, get a feel for their type of, you know, the culture of that player. But ultimately, like I said earlier, you've got to focus on ourselves now and just go out and try and win one more game.
Now, here's some irony. Chattanooga's attendance literally shatters their New York counterparts. Last night at Finley, nearly 9,000 fans packed the stands. In New York tonight, only a few hundred. But because the Red Bulls have a higher seed, they will most likely be the host game Saturday, barring a serious change of heart from league officials. To the Braves, and the reclamation project known as pitcher Mike Minor saw major dividends today. The Padres did tag him for 2 solo taters, though. Jervis Solarte goes yard in the third to put San Diego up 1-0. But on the bottom of the frame, the equalizer and more. Andrelton Simmons rips one down the right field line. Gerald Laird rumbles around from second to score. We're tied at 1. Runners on the corners. Atlanta's Tommy LaStella singles through the pitcher Eric Stoltz's legs. I think they call that a nutmeg in soccer. Simmons scores easily. Still in the third with bases laden, Chris Johnson slaps it down the line. Yasmandi Grandal cannot handle it. B.J. Upton and Tommy LaStella score. Braves win that one, 8-3, your final. Major League Baseball's Hall of Fame swung open today for the 2014 class of inductees, and there was a definitive Braves flavor to the ceremonies with 4 of the 6 inductees with Braves ties. Notably, former skipper Bobby Cox. He won more than 2,500 games and managed Atlanta to 14 consecutive playoff appearances. Longtime Braves pitcher Tom Glavine finished his career with 305 wins. The lefty won 2 Cy Young Awards and appeared on 10 All-Star teams. And then there's Greg Mad Dog Maddux, posting 355 wins in a 23-year career. He dominated the game for a decade while winning 4 Cy Youngs.
I never gave a thought to the Hall of Fame as I was going through my career. My goal as a baseball player was very simple. All I wanted to do was try to get better for my next start. And to think it all ended up here, it's pretty cool.
Standing here today as a member of the Baseball Hall of Fame is the ultimate recognition of a career in baseball. A career that saw lots of ups and downs, lots of sacrifices on and off the field, and more than a few times where I questioned what I was doing. There are no more questions. Only gratitude towards those that were so helpful along the way, my family, friends, coaches, and teammates. And thanks to God for giving me the talent and the work ethic and more than a little bit of stubbornness to see it through.
To Tom Glavine, Greg Maddux, and I have to mention the third member of the Big Three, John Smoltz, I can honestly say I would not be standing here today if it weren't for you guys. Together, these guys earned 6 Cy Young Awards while wearing a Braves uniform. In my wildest dreams, did I ever think this could happen?
Bobby Cox. Now, the most poignant moment of the day was the big hurt. Frank Thomas, the Georgia native and Auburn grad, speaking of his late father's influence of getting him to the Hall.
Thanks for pushing me and always preaching to me. You can be someone special if you really work at it. I took that to heart, Pops. Look at us today.
On the farm, up 4-1 in the 7th, the Lookout bullpen implodes, allowing 7 runs in the final 2 frames to lose 8-4 the final. Game 3 of the 5-game series is tomorrow night. Chattanooga is now an anemic 39-66 in the Southern League season. And playing at the Lookout's home field this afternoon, Major League Baseball's RBI tournament for the Southeast region. RBI stands for Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities, and 2 Chattanooga teams were in today's championship games. This is senior boys action. Chattanooga hosting Miami. Chattanooga would lead 4-1 going into the 9th, but the Marlins reel in 7 runs in the last frame to win 8-4. Chattanooga girls softball lost to defending champs of Atlanta 12-2. That's it for sports.
All right, and one last check of the weather with Nick Austin. Some possible severe weather tonight. He'll give you the very latest.